like a ghost in the night. Was it only shadows in a world of...
All right. We are back here at Song of the Day, coming to you from the Rock Cave. I'm your host, Mark Pierce. Camera setting here. What do we got here? All right. What do we got? It's Wednesday, Wanderlust Wednesday here in the cave. This is 3 in a row, people. What do you think of that? We're trying to do 7 and 7. See if we can do that. So I hope you enjoyed the first couple of days of that. Today, I am going back and covering a topic I did in Season 1. We are in Season 6, people. Season 1 is, as I said before, it's rough. It's rough. The acoustics, the video, my ability to talk in front of the camera, you name it. And so I said that I would be going back and looking at some of those topics and maybe doing like a Criterion Collection episode now and again. And this one came up into my mind, and I forget how this happened, but it did. So it came to my mind. Anyway, so this is a story about a song and how I got it. It's less of a story about the musician. We're going to talk about the musician, but that's important because really it's about this story. Okay, so we're going back to 1987. Is that right? 87. I'm in college. I'm at UConn, and I live in a fraternity house. And, mixtapes, right? Everyone had mixtapes. We would make mixtapes for parties. We spent a lot of time on our mixtapes. And if you don't know what a mixtape is, well, I mean, we're going to talk about them. But, you would make your best mixtapes, and you'd bring them to parties and play songs. And you'd also make them for girlfriends and boyfriends and that kind of thing, too. So... as it may, I find a cassette like this. Oh, this could be it. I find a cassette at the fraternity house. I don't know, it's not labeled, and I don't know whose it is. So I pop it in the car, and it's got all these great songs on it. Someone made a great mix. And I remember that it had things like In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. It had some Elvis Costello. And just some really good stuff in there, to my memory. And it was, I think it even had the XTC, Dear God, on there. So someone had some really good taste and similar to me in music, and I thought it was great. So I play this cassette, and this song comes on, and it's like this haunting piano starts playing, and I'm like, what's going on here? This is cool. And this guy's got this great voice, and 2.5, it's this really haunting song, and 2.5 minutes in, it's just like really picks up. And I love this song. I think this is a great song. But all I can get out of it is it's either called Joanna or No Signs of Joanna. That's all I can get out of it. And I have no idea who it is. And I'm a music person. And I could never figure it out, so I just, for years and years, I kept this cassette, and I would play it there, and I would bring it to the record store I was working in, and I'd be like, anyone know this song? No. Now I'm gonna date myself here, but if you remember, in record stores, the way you could find a song, they had that huge catalog on the counter, and you could alphabetically go through by either, I think, by artist or by song title, and you could flip through. And you could try to look up what you were looking for, and if it was in there, because not everything is in there, it would have like the label, the album, the year, and maybe an order number. And you could order it. It would take weeks to get in. But there was nothing. Every time I look up something with Joanna, it was always like Kool in the Gang, Joanna, or there was no signs of Joanna. Let's see what I did there. This went on for years and years and years. And I gave up. And then along came the internet. And somewhere along the way, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to start looking for this again. And again, early internet was rough. But after a while, I don't know how long, I was able to track down the artist's name. And it said there was this song called No Signs of Joanna, and it's by this guy called Willie Phoenix. And it was a record store in Ohio. That's important. We'll get to that. A record store in Ohio was selling a used copy of this album. And so I went out, I ordered it. I didn't know if it was the right one or not. I have it right here. There it is. So this shows up, and I'm like, all right, I don't know anything about Willie, but I was just hoping and praying that this was the record I was looking for. And I put it on the record player, and sure enough, there's that haunting piano. And I was like, I can't believe it. You can only get it on vinyl. And there it is. And it all started with a mixtape. I have a box of my tapes from the late 80s, mid to late 80s, and I just bought a cassette player that will digitize things. Most of this stuff is stuff I don't need, but there were a bunch of cassettes in here of me talking and stuff like that. But like this one is just called Satisfaction. I think that was a movie soundtrack. This one had it says Cool Tunes crossed out, and then it says New Wave. So maybe they're not cool anymore. And the other side was Cars, Heartbeat City. This one's not labeled, so I'm going to have to figure out what's on there. But I got a whole stack of them over here. Anyway, back to Willie. Willie Phoenix, and he didn't have a web page, and there wasn't much information about him then. But now there is. YouTube, he's got his own web page. He's playing. He was born in Alabama, grew up in Ohio. He grew up listening to the blues, of course, John Lee Hooker, Muddy Waters, Lightnin' Hopkins, and country music, Buck Owens, Hank Williams, Jerry Reed. His father was a bluesman, played with some of those greats. When he was in Ohio, he was getting older. He grew up with, of course, the blues and rock and roll, because the British invasion was basically all the bands taking blues records and making them their own. We could talk about that another time, but that's what that was. So he's been around forever. He's put out 1 million records, independent records. He's lost count of how many records he's put out. He's a prolific songwriter. He's written so many songs. He's famous in Ohio. They named a street in Columbus after him. And you can pull up YouTube videos of him now playing just a couple weeks ago. And if you're in Columbus, you'll be able to see him. They play several nights a week at local clubs or wherever, his favorite places. And you got to check him out. He's an institution. And I can't even claim to talk about the rest of his music. I'm probably doing him a disservice by talking about this, because this song doesn't come up when I'm reading about him. Maybe he doesn't like this song. I don't know. Willie, get back to me. But this is a great song. I listened to a bunch of your other stuff. I mean, if you get a chance to see Willie Phoenix live, go see him. But really, it's the story about how this song from nowhere finally made it into my life after many, many years of not being able to figure it out. And this song, I love it, but it's also nostalgic for me because of that story. And so it'd be interesting to hear what you guys think when you listen to it. I want you to play it a few times, tell me what you think. I think it's great. Anyway, Willie Phoenix, hit me up, comment below. Whatever you're doing today, I hope it involves music, but it certainly involves this Wanderlust Wednesday and checking out No Signs of Joanna. Turn that one up today. Whatever you're doing, like I said, hope it involves music. It involves Willie Phoenix today. Have a good one. Catch you on the flip side.